You that are already initiated, you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get down to the other stuff here in a minute. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So before we do anything else, just let that vibe seep in. Yeah. Ebony, how you doing? Everything is vibration. Valley, it is a happy Friday. Yeah. I'm doing awesome today. I don't have a single complaint today, man. Yeah. That's the perfect vibe right there. With the sun in Leo, the moon in Sagittarius, that's the perfect vibe. Yeah. I need everybody to hit the like button as you come in my front door. And in doing so, understand this is not about ego. Oh no, this is about algorithm. It just helps us expand the platform. That way, if you're not trying to hear what we're trying to say, at least let us get out to the next motherfucker who is. Yeah. And another one. Nah, I can't fuck with Buckrow.
Every person out there, don't forget about that clicking up thing, you know what I mean? Be to yourself. Stay to yourself. Trust nobody. Trust nobody.
Rico got that fire.
You know what I mean? Straight up. My closest friends do here.
Shout out to my nigga Rico.
My homies, people
He made it.
family. I took care of everything for him, looked out for him.
Matter of fact, he goes by Rico got that fire, to be exact, because he got that fire.
Fear is stronger than love. All the love I gave didn't mean nothing when it came to fear. So it's all good. But I'm a soldier.
Q, what it do?
You know what I mean? Only thing that can kill is death.
Yo, if you haven't smiled yet today, now would be the perfect time for you to do so. Like right now. And if you can't find a smile for yourself, Just allow me to be the smile on your face. Because at the end of the day, all I am is the smile on your face. All I am is the motherfucking vibe. I said the motherfucking vibe. What's up, Valley? I appreciate the love. I need all the love I can get today, actually. I need to make about $30 to hit my YouTube quota so I can get paid from YouTube this month. So we're running a marathon. I need to post them on a podcast platform, but these are right here on YouTube. If I had another way that I could record it and also broadcast it on another platform at the same time, I would. But I would probably have to do a whole nother live. I'm thinking about, after this live here in a few hours, coming back on with a video on the astrological assessment of the fight that's coming up tomorrow. This is one of the biggest fights in boxing in 30 years. So I think I'm going to give an astrological breakdown of the fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. tomorrow night. The undisputed welterweight championship of the world. Yeah. And that ain't everybody's thing, but it's mine, so I'm going to bring some. I got Errol Spence Jr. But let me also say this. I am rooting for Errol Spence Jr. I want Errol Spence Jr. to beat the brakes off Terrence Crawford. But I also realistically acknowledge the fact that Terrence Crawford has way more ways that he could win this fight. And looking at the astrology, which I'll give a better assessment when I do the astrological breakdown later on. But looking at the astrology, Errol Spence has the way better astrology for a fighter. But Terrence Crawford has the better favorable astrology for the night, tomorrow night. So the transits are favorable to Terrence Crawford, but the astrology in general is favorable to Errol Spence Jr. He has the natal placements that make him a stronger fighter. But the stars might be aligned for Terrence Crawford. And before you say anything about the government coming clean about aliens, let's come clean about something first. They did not come clean about aliens. What happened was, and y'all have to pay attention to the details of things that are happening, okay? What happened was a jaded government official or a so-called whistleblower. I appreciate the love, Ebony, for real. But a jaded government official or a so-called whistleblower came out and he made accusations against the government saying that they have captured and known about UFOs or UAPs, whatever you want to call it, for a long while. And that they have actually reversed technology a lot of these crafts, whether people know it or not. And he did not really mention aliens. They were talking specifically about the crafts. As a matter of fact, another government official specifically came on and said they have no reason to believe that these crafts are of an alien nature. Now, that doesn't mean they're not or they are, but that is exactly what happens. And this has actually been going on for over a couple of years now. People just don't pay attention. Y'all get distracted by everything else and all this other bullshit. And y'all don't pay attention to the things that are happening right in front of your face. See, the government doesn't lie to you. A lot of people get caught up in conspiracies thinking the government is lying to you. Now, they don't lie to you. They tell you the truth and your ass don't pay attention to it. That's what a real pimp does. Yeah. It's like that. Yeah. So we're going to take just a few more minutes to let a few more people trickle in, and then we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. And today, Today, the nitty-gritty is going to consist of us going through the transits, of course. And we're not going to take a long time. We're going to kind of do it like we did yesterday. Now, some things have changed, so there are some transits that we have to address. But overall, we're going to do a quick rundown of the transits. I'm not going to take an hour and a half to go through the transits like I sometimes do. I'm going to try to keep it to 45 minutes or less once I get started, or 30 minutes or less once I get started, which will be in about 5 minutes. And so once I get done with the transits, I did a poll on the channel today. Not a lot of people voted, but for the people that did vote it, they did choose the topic that we're going to bring today. And the top 5 topic that we are bringing today is the Priceless. Top 5 most positive aspects in a natal chart. And that's beautiful because the moon is in Sagittarius, the sun is in Leo. Hey, I'm feeling all right. We need some motherfucking positivity in this motherfucker. You understand? And I'm looking good in the motherfucking this orange too, ain't I? And you think I stopped with the hat, y'all? You know I'm a Libra rising, right? You know I got Venus in Leo, right? Let me tell you, it's a whole motherfucking outfit. I'm down, look, all the way down to the cargos, all the way down to the motherfucking Ernie socks. Yeah, we in this bit for real. Yeah. Yeah. And we ain't allowed to wear shoes in the house or I'll be fly with them motherfuckers too. I got some gray and orange J's, the 6 rings in there. Yeah, we fly. I need like 3 more people to hit the like button because as soon as I have as many likes as I have people in my chat, that's when we gonna get it cracking for real. I like that vibe. Man, if only you loved you like I love you, we both be straight. Everything is vibration. Y'all. I need everybody to go share this video on whatever social media platform you fuck with. If you fuck with me, go share this motherfucker. Yeah. Where else you gonna find a vibe like this? Hey, is the music volume nice enough for y'all? Or is it too low? I'm not getting a lot of feedback right here. Let me see. Yeah. You tuned in with the motherfucking smile on your face. And I'm gonna keep my motherfucking mustache right like Robotnik. Y'all know Dr. Robotnik on Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah. This whole Leo season. And then in Virgo season, I'm coming refined. I'm curling that motherfucker up like this. If I wasn't a felon, I'd walk around with 2 one-shot Derringer pistols. Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm just a Pisces moon. At any point in time, my imagination can take over. And the moon happens to be in the 5th house, so I'm just playing a character in the world as my stage. My soul is different from all of that. Separate. I long to know yours. Now, oh yeah. Y'all ready to talk about what's going on cosmically? So first of all, we have the sun sitting at 5 degrees of Leo. And what's bolder or more confident than 5 degrees of Leo? Shit. Nothing. Nathan. Nah. You wanna talk about swag? We got plenty. And the moon is in Sagittarius, so hey, the blessings are flowing abundantly. Oh yeah. Look here. Let me tell you something. Maybe in a little bit I'll hit you with an impersonation or something. We can play. It's Friday. But listen. With the sun at 5 degrees of Leo, with the moon still coming out of a loose trine, but even the energy in itself being trine, even if the signs aren't exact and the placements aren't exact. Look at this. Hey, live in your truth. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be bold in who you are. That's beautiful. That's powerful. Now, let's talk about the moon being at 11 degrees of Sagittarius. Because the moon is doing a little something right now. See, with the moon in Sagittarius, there is a certain inherent positivity that people can find. People feel a little bit more willing to learn. People feel a little bit more willing to be open to experience. You can feel the truth residing inside of yourself. So all you have to do is experience life. Fearlessly. See? The blessings come from the experience, because even if the experience ends up being a lesson, there's a blessing in that. But let me keep it real with you. The moon is square to Mars right now. It's, matter of fact, exactly square to Mars for the next 2 hours, and it'll be moving out of that square for the next 6 hours. So, when you see a square between the moon and Mars, what you get is a conflict between emotions and actions. Passion is intensified, but the thing is, the expression ends up being constricted. This is Virgo. So the energy ends up being stifled. So there could actually be some amazing creativity with this right here. I mean, some amazing creativity. But it's going to be at the cost of our peace of mind. Yeah. And more than anything else, with the moon square to Mars, people are hypersensitive. So you're going to get some reactions that might be blown out of proportion. People get annoyed. And when people get annoyed, then you see this blow up that could come from Sagittarius. Sagittarius does blow things up. And now it is usually a positive energy with the moon in Sagittarius, but you do have to understand, with the moon square to Mars, there is a certain frustration that could come into the mix with that. Virgo and Sagittarius, although those are two signs that I actually see in the chart more than anything else. Let me tell you something. And let me skip this right here. It is my experience as an astrologer that most of the time when I see Sagittarius in a chart, there's going to be Virgo in there prominently also somewhere. Like almost all of the time. If somebody has prominent Sagittarius placements, there's going to be a prominent Virgo placement in there somewhere. And a lot of times vice versa. You don't see that with every sign, but there is something that I have seen, a pattern as an astrologer, that those are two signs that I see together more than any other sign. Now, the crazy thing is maybe you have to have both from a perspective standpoint, because, you know, they represent two differing perspectives, Sagittarius being the big picture and Virgo being the details. So in either case, you could end up missing the forest for the trees or vice versa. So with this right here, the little details can piss you off, and then you can't see the big picture. That frustrates the whole situation. Or you're so optimistic and you're so looking at the big picture with the moon being in Sagittarius, and that you don't take care of your day-to-day stuff. You miss out on the details. Like, you feel so good that you're not taking care of the things you need to take care of, or you take things too far, you take things for granted. There's also the nature of that square. Let me teach you something, man. That's the beautiful thing that can happen with Sagittarius and Virgo, is learning something. Yeah. I didn't say always. That's something that I have seen as a pattern as an astrologer most of the time. For instance, even with my own family. My daughter is a Virgo rising, Sagittarius sun, Cancer moon. My sister is a Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius sun, Virgo moon. So that's something that I've seen in my own family play out, but I see it all the time with other people. When I'm doing that, that's just something that I have seen play out a lot of times in astrology charts. Is when a lot of the times when you see Sagittarius, you're going to see Virgo, or vice versa. So let's talk about Mercury real fast, because Mercury is at 29 degrees of Leo. And before the end of the day, matter of fact, within the next few hours, Mercury will ingress into Virgo at 0 degrees of Virgo. So Mercury does great in Virgo, but for you to do great with Mercury in Virgo, you have to be able to control your mindset. It's very efficient here, but sometimes the details and the stress of taking the details and the inability to take a break could end up being an issue with this. Virgo is Virgo. It's on go. Work, 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 work to the booty squirt. That's Virgo. So here's the thing, is it gets so efficient that it doesn't know how to stop. So make sure you yourself give yourself a break, because that right there keeps you healthy and in the most efficient form that there is. Now, I also want to note that Mercury is going to go retrograde in less than a month. So I want y'all to just note that in your mind, that around August 24th, Mercury is going to go retrograde too, with everything else. Because on the 22nd or the 23rd, Uranus will also go retrograde. And not long after that, Jupiter. So, you know, once we get into September, you're going to have Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Chiron all retrograde. While Pluto is moving in a square with the North and South Node, forcing changes about with self and our relationships. So this right here is one of those times where, like, life is changing for a lot of people. Things are changing for a lot of people. You know, this is crucial. It's extremely crucial. And then Mercury is conjunct to Venus still for like another day. All right. And when I see Mercury conjunct to Venus, you know what this is right here? This is Pepe Le Pew energy. Yeah, this is Pepe Le Pew energy. I know Pepe Le Pew might not be politically correct these days, but Mercury conjunct to Venus is Pepe Le Pew energy. See, it's sweet nothings. But beyond that, What it is proud and pleasant thoughts. This, especially while Mercury's still in Leo for the next few hours. This is proud and pleasant thoughts, man. And that leads to confidence and creativity and then ultimately collaboration. So, hey, when I say Pepe Le Pew energy, I mean this is boldly romantic. You know? It's sweet nothings. It's cool. But when we get into Virgo, and that'll be in a few hours, you know. That's a whole different energetic expression. But we ain't worried about that. So, with Venus is at, I think, Venus is at 27 degrees of Leo now. I think Venus has moved now into 27 degrees of Leo. And man, at 27 degrees of Leo and being retrograde, let's look at it like this. What are you not putting your heart into? It don't have to be a relationship. It could be a situation. It could be your creativity. What are you not putting your heart into? See, genuinity, that shit right there is a precious commodity these days. It's not very abundant. So when you genuinely care about something, you're gonna authentically put your heart into it. You're gonna motherfucking make sure that, hey, the world knows that's what you about. Now, if that's a relationship, if that's a situation, that doesn't mean you have to go put all your business on social media. It means take the time to let somebody know that their needs matter to you. You don't know how far that could go in a relationship. Now, let me also say that if you fucking up and you not paying attention to some shit, this is Venus retrograde. You will get caught slipping. Because guess what? Somebody else might be paying attention. You not paying attention to some shit, hey, you might miss out on an opportunity creatively. Or on a financial opportunity. Or with the relationship or a situation, hey, you fuck around and didn't put what you needed to put into it. You fuck around and got caught slipping. Well, guess what? Now somebody else paying attention. Guess what? Now they're seeking that attention elsewhere, even beyond that. But Leo is still involved with self, so who's accountable? Chiron is still retrograde in Aries, so who's accountable? You, motherfucker. I don't think you hear me, though. Yeah, you tuned into some trill shit today. I need everybody to hit the like button before I get mad and go home. Fuck you, mean. Heather Nielsen, how you doing? Uriel Prodigal Son, how you doing? KS Stunner. Or just K Stunner. I said KS Stunner. I fucked up. K Stunner, how you doing? My sad. Yeah, we in this thing. Hold on, let me fix my chat real fast. Pugonomics, don't come in here playing before you get put out the chat. I don't really do a whole bunch of playing, for real. For real. Now, let's talk about Mars, because Mars is at 11 degrees of Virgo, and yeah, the moon is square to Mars, but Mars is also trine to Jupiter, so this is beautiful. This is beautiful. See, more than I want to focus on the details of Mars and Virgo, because you could get stuck in those details. Like, you could get stuck in that shit, and I'm not fitting to. Not today. See, Mars is trine to Jupiter, so that's energy and optimism, but it's also practicality, because this is Earth. This is Virgo and Taurus. So energy and optimism, practicality and patience. Oh yeah. So don't stress. Just take care of what you can take care of and let the rest take care of itself, man. Put the work in and expect positive results. See, the beautiful thing about Mars trine to Jupiter is, I'm going to end up talking about that here in a little bit, because Mars trine to Jupiter means the energy is naturally flowing towards your goals. So what the fuck you going to do with it? This is Earth. This is something that can be tangible. This is something that you can make material. This could pay off for you fiscally. The fuck you mean? Yeah, I'm in rare form. Yeah, I'm trying to transfer this energy to Errol Spence Jr. Yeah. Now, let's talk about Jupiter, though. All right, because Jupiter is at 13 degrees of Taurus. And hey, let me tell you about Mars trine to Jupiter. This is going to be happening over the next week. We're going to be experiencing Mars trine to Jupiter for a whole week. So you got to make this work for you. It's naturally doing what it's going to do. So all you got to do is make it work for you. That's the trill. Yeah. I challenge everybody to grow a mustache like this too. Ladies, you as well. Because some of y'all already got it going. No, I'm gonna stop playing with y'all today. But yeah, y'all know I love y'all for real though. But with Jupiter at 13 degrees of Taurus, you got to not take everything so fucking seriously, man. You got to learn how to chill. You have to learn how to enjoy every step of the journey. That means take your time, be patient, be receptive of whatever comes. There's blessings.
Hey, yo, Pluto, you going crazy?
Stay solid. Be generous. Play it safe in every way possible. That's the values you need to employ during this time. What your mama told you? It ain't rocket science. Yeah, it ain't rocket science. Now, where else we gonna go with this? Saturn. Temptress the Enchantress. You said, does it mean anything specific for people with Jupiter and Taurus rising? Yeah. Yeah, it's a very calming energy. And this is the time where you kind of would learn how to value yourself more. Valuing yourself a lot more and being calm and being solid and just being comfortable with who you are allows you to be receptive and let blessings flow to you. You know? Now, Saturn is now at 5 degrees of Pisces. And Saturn is retrograde. And Saturn is going to be retrograde until November 4th. And once again, with Saturn here in Pisces, man, the problem is the fear. We're retrograde now. We're retrograde now. So this is something internal. You know what you got to do with the outward situations. How do you deal with the fear? You can't escape it. You can't avoid it. You can't ignore it, because at this point, it has too much influence over your perceptions of the present moment and your projections going into the future. Like, what can you do with the stress you're creating on yourself? The stress and the fear are creating the problems. So once you deal with that, you're actually at the root of it all. Because then you won't feel so fucking emotionally overwhelmed. That's what's going on with this Saturn and Pisces transit for so many people. And the thing is, you feel for everybody, because everybody's going through it. You can see it. You could tell all the time. Like, people are sick. People are fucking fucked up financially. People are going through it. People are confused. People are delusional. People are like all that shit. Like, and you're like, damn, man, the world is crazy right now. And it makes you develop this negative perspective, but you have to have faith. And faith has nothing to do with the external shit that's going on. It has to do with what you feel inside of yourself. You have to trust in the inherent goodness of the universe. And the inherent goodness means that the world is going to play out for you and that you're going to get a new car and think you're always going to be healthy and all that shit. No. It's that you have a purpose and a fair shot. Everybody gets that. You have a purpose and a fair shot. Everybody gets that. Mystic Mimi. With Saturn and Pisces, it has to be faith over fear. This is what it's about. Faith over fear. I myself have let fear control me for months of my life now. Since Saturn came into Pisces. So much that I have developed health issues, as everybody knows. And I'm not going to go into it because I feel good right now. And I'm not going to make myself feel bad by talking about some fucking negative shit. But the fact of the matter is, my own stress, my own fear has created issues. So it's like, man, us as people now can see like, damn, like, there's some situations in life that are unavoidable. There's some shit that's just inescapable. That shit right there is just a part of life. But what you have going on internally is what matters the most. And finding that purpose with that is everything. So that's what I'm here to tell y'all today. Now, don't get it fucked up. Uranus is at 22 degrees of Taurus. And hey, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's sitting at 22 degrees of Taurus. This is kind of where the point where, hey, your stubbornness can bite you in the ass. 22 degrees is critical. 22 degrees does mean, hey, this is a point in the energetic evolution of this energy that, hey, you kind of have to make some type of decision one way or the other. Because, hey, if you're not going to be open-minded, if you're not adaptable, as I've been telling you over and over and over and over again, if you're not that, then every situation that comes up right now is going to be a devastating experience. See, that's the reason why Uranus falls in Taurus. It's because Taurus is so stubborn, and Taurus wants to play it safe, and Taurus doesn't want to make a move, and Uranus has to move. Uranus has to try different things. It has to be dangerous. So you have to feel comfortable with yourself, and feeling comfortable with yourself allows you. It allows you, through your own solidness and stillness within yourself, to not be moved by every experience that hits you. And it also, through that, gives you unique opportunities for you to prosper. I don't think you hear me though. If your ass can not be so fucking stubborn in the ways that you did shit before, because times have changed. Business is not the way that business was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Like, this shit is changing. The nature of business has changed completely. And it's a whole bunch of different reasons why, but I'm not finna go through that whole spiel. The fact of the matter is, that doesn't matter. What matters is you understanding that things are going to continue to change. We're not living in stable times. So you yourself have to get empirical. You have to get ingenious. You have to understand this is chess, not checkers. By doing so, that allows you to find unique opportunities and ways for you to prosper. And as I said the other day, I choose the word prosper over profit because prospering could be about health. It could be about spirituality. It could be about relationships. It goes a lot of different ways. Profiting is something that's simply material, but Uranus is immaterial. No matter what material Taurus is all about, Uranus in its nature is electric. And so with this electric nature, it wants to raise the vibration. You can't raise the vibration if you stay stuck. See, that's why Uranus is exalted in Scorpio, because Scorpio is chaotic. Scorpio's fucked up. Scorpio's always changing. Scorpio's going through all this shit. It's so deep and intense that, oh man, oh, we can raise that vibration every time. We can just keep ramping this shit up, and we can just keep ramping this shit up, and this shit can just keep getting more dangerous, and we can just keep getting more brilliant, and we can just keep solving problems, and this shit can just get crazy. Just cool out, baby. Pluto in Aquarius is going to force you to have an open mind. Maybe it'll even be as open as mine. Yeah, y'all caught me in rare form today. So, let me keep going real quick. Because we have Neptune at 27 degrees of Pisces, and I actually saw something interesting that I wanted to read y'all real fast about 27 degrees of Pisces, because I really don't fall into critical degree theory, or I don't always follow Sabian symbols, but when I was reading this earlier, it really stood out to me. And I myself usually have my own ways of seeing things, but this is something that really resonated with me. And a lot of times I'm not open when I'm reading stuff from other astrologers because I think I know everything. You know, my Mercury is in Leo, but this was something I was like, damn, message. So, let me put y'all up on game on where I was at with that real fast. If I have it here. I'm just going to read y'all a quick excerpt. Oh, it ain't going to let me. Oh, here it is right here. And yes, 27 degrees is a Pisces degree. I'm aware of that. So, and, you know, my North Node is at 27 degrees. So I've kind of done a lot of research on the 27th degree. But, when you think about the Sabian symbol of the 27th degree, it would say, let me turn this down. Or let me pause this real fast. It would say, on a sinking ship, water gushes through shattered windows. Or it would say, a passenger struggles to untangle from rigging that's dragging him down under the water, drowning him. And the reason for that is 27 degrees of Pisces is very deep. You know, in general, that last decan or decanate of Pisces is really going to be a like a Scorpio decan. So it's deep anyway. So under that influence right there, we're going to kind of long to return to that primordial state and merge with the subconscious in a certain way. So we're going to have 27 degrees of Pisces sitting here for 6 weeks, man. Like 6 whole weeks. And in particular, let me see what else I said right here. Well, let me read what they said before I get into my own interpretation of what I got from that. And I'll have to tell you who the author of this is when I get done, so I can make sure that they get the right credit, because I want to make sure everybody gets the credit for their work. But they say, in essence, 27 degrees of Pisces starts off as the escapist being seduced into the murky and often destructive depth of the human psyche. That's crazy, you know. And it says their obsessive and intense discontent is a byproduct of a strong belief system that they've been stuck in. And in some instances, I would say this is a cultural wave. This is a cultural wave people are stuck in right now. And I just feel like when you think about this right here, the reason this is stuck here at 27 degrees is like, 27 degrees of Pisces 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 is like, 27 degrees of Pis people have been really delusional. And even the stuff about the government and the aliens, like people get that, they take one little thing and they go with it. And there'll be stuff that's been an apparent truth, and people will find it out and they will twist it, and they will turn, and it just turns into something else, because the cultural wave is for everything to be, you know, a trend. Everything is a trend. And so we get so caught up in trends that we forget our purpose. So as we start to see that as people, and we start to see certain things, it starts to make us question, like, how are we did not see that before? If this has been out for months, even you have to question yourself. This is a perfect example with the government and the alien stuff, or with the what's the CIA paperwork I was telling y'all about, where they talked about astral projection, and where they talked about, or it's really Army intelligence that they released, but where they talked about astral projection and the universe being an energy hologram, whatever that means, and they talked about dimensions, and they talked about remote viewing. And for people that aren't familiar with what those things are, of course, we know what astral projection is, meaning that you can project this consciousness out of this physical body here and project it outwardly. Well, in doing astral projection, they have actually admitted that they are capable, they have people that are mentally capable of doing remote viewing, which means they can leave their body and come watch you in your house. Literally. Observe, and maybe even sometimes observe your essence in ways. Yes, I asked what project it was again. I forgot what it was called again in particular. They have admitted over the last few years, at the same time of COVID, like I said, that this reality that we're experiencing is not the base reality. Whatever that means, that this is an energy hologram. And there are levels and dimensions and different distinctions and densities with this. Like, seriously. This is not me coming with conspiracy. This is paperwork that I have myself have posted on social media, and that I myself have seen that has been declassified by the United States government. And we've talked about it a lot of times here on the channel, and that's irrelevant. The point is, this, as long as this hearing that the government has now had again, but they already had before, is just saying the same thing that people have already said. There actually has been an Israeli government official that has come out and says, not only are there UFOs and extraterrestrial beings, but there's actually a confederation or a galactic confederation with different alien species or races that the United States and other countries are a part of here on Earth, and that they communicate with, and that they've had contact, and that you know, there's an understanding of some sort with. Now, that could be true or it couldn't be true, but the fact of the matter is, this is government officials and whistleblowers, just like this guy that came out and said this with here, that have come out and say this, but people weren't paying attention. People weren't paying attention. So this is a perfect example that now this comes out and people are like, dang, did you hear about this? Or did you hear about that? Or did you see this? Or did you see that? When Neptune goes retrograde, the same thing with when Neptune went retrograde, the same thing with old girl on the plane. When she said, oh, that's not a human, that person wasn't real. When Neptune went retrograde, everybody's like, this bitch is crazy. This motherfucker, she's on some shit. But before that, you were so strong conspiracy theorist. That's real, all of y'all motherfuckers. And I'm not saying what was real or what it wasn't real. I'm just giving y'all a point. And then your perspective change, and it makes you question the whole thing now. So now this comes out, people say, well, you see this? And no, they've already said that. They've been saying that. It's just now you see it. So it can easily make one question, like, what the fuck? How come I didn't know about this? And you ask how many times people said, how come I didn't hear about that? Heather, you just said, no shit, I didn't hear about that. It was out here. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And so with that right there, you just have to look at you have to look at the things right there and you say, damn, like, how did I not see that? Or how did I miss? And the thing is, that shit doesn't matter. There's no way of knowing what's true and what's not true, what the government is telling the truth, or what is telling the truth, what the news is saying, what this. There's no way. You have a divine purpose inside of yourself that matters more than all of that shit. You need to connect with that. That's the truth. That's what fucking matters. You have a purpose that's separate from all of that external bullshit. You need to connect with that. It's cool and it's interesting and shit, but you getting caught up in that is just another distraction. And people want to be distracted. See, that's what that 27th degree of Pisces is about too. When it says, you know, when it says, in essence, the 27th degree of Pisces starts off as the escapist being seduced into the murky and often destructive depth of the human psyche. Y'all don't want to deal with what's real and what your real purpose is, so you would rather indulge in bullshit. You would rather pay attention, like all that other shit. Think about it. Yeah, you caught me in rare form today. And let me see who wrote this. This is by Gary Goldschneider. That's who wrote that. And that was an awesome piece right there. Now, Neptune is sextile to Pluto, so that's just a major process of change through disenchantment. So people see things, they become disenchanted with shit because they see things from a different perspective, whether it be relationships or whether it be situations, and then it makes people lose faith. But the thing is, that shit, like, what's real and what matters is inside of you, so you have to be inspired by that. Quit looking externally for inspiration. That shit lives inside of you. Now, Pluto is at 28 degrees of Capricorn now. And Pluto is going to be retrograde until October 11th. Neptune is going to be retrograde until December 4th. Just so we know that. And they're moving in this sextile motion with each other, retrograde. And so this whole time, this process with this Neptune sextile to Pluto is going to be going on. And Neptune is always within a close sextile with Pluto, close to a sextile with Pluto over the last 70 years almost, since 80 years almost, since 1950. But like, it moves in and out of sextile through the retrograde motions. You know, like I myself have Neptune sextile to Pluto, and most people do, but not everybody does in their chart. All right, because it would move without of that 4 or 5 degrees. It would never go beyond 6 degrees. And I use PrIcElEs personally. I'm capable of using whole sign, but I believe that PrIcElEs is more accurate because it is the natural flowing of events. And a whole sign, in essence, it's easier to read. And you can resonate with whole sign more, and that's perfectly fine. But PrIcElEs is always going to be more accurate because there's nothing that's going to be forced into something that it's not naturally sitting at. And PrIcElEs doesn't have a form. Whole sign is about the form and the way it looks. PrIcElEs is not about the form, it's about the expression. And so that's why I would come with PrIcElEs with that. Whole sign is about the form and the chart and the way it looks, where PrIcElEs is about the expression and what this chart is saying. And as for me, as an intuitive reader, that's somewhere where I would like to go with that. Now, Pluto is also square to the nodes. And so with Pluto square to the nodes, and when I say square, it's exactly square right now. Pluto is going to be exactly square to the nodes for a month or so. But right now, Pluto is at 28 degrees of Capricorn. The nodes are at 28 degrees of Aries and Libra. And so this is stress force changes. Wherever Capricorn is in your chart is causing a stress on yourself, your relationships, both. And this is going to bring about intense changes. You got to do something. Somebody has to step up. Something has to be economized. You don't have to cut out some shit. You might have to get rid of some shit. You might have to step up. Like, I mean, there's just a lot of shit going on here where it's crunch time. And for people that are strong in their Capricorn energy, when it's crunch time, it's lunchtime. See, for me, it's Pluto in my 4th house in Capricorn, squaring my North Node in Aries in my 7th house and my South Node in Libra in my 1st house. And exactly, because my nodes are at 27 degrees of Aries and Libra. So I'm having a nodal return right now within 1 degree while Pluto is square to him. And now y'all see why I was sitting here wondering and worried that, you know, I was about to be taken off this earth. That's a crucial transit. At the same time, Saturn is hitting everything in my chart. At the same time, Saturn is conjunct to my moon and trying to both my sun and Pluto. And sextile to Neptune, while it's also square to my natal Saturn. While I also have Uranus in my 8th house right now in an exact sextile with my Jupiter in Pisces in my 6th house. So I'm thinking, goddamn, that's the 6th house, 8th house hitting up in my 6th, like, you know. And so it's really been essential for me to get my stress under control because it's affected everything in my house. It's affected, you know, my stressful emotions, my stress and strain that I put on myself is affecting my relationships, my family, myself, my health, everything. So I have to get my stress under control. That means I have to calm the fuck down no matter what and be receptive to whatever life has to offer. And that's the problem with Uranus and Taurus, because I'm stubborn in my ways and I want to be in control of life and I want to be in control of the situation. But the fact of the matter is, so I have to learn how to detach from that, let go of that if I want to live healthy. And so that's where I'm at in my life. I realize that now, but what am I going to do about it is the question. Yeah. No, you're not. Just understand, to be aware is to be alive, and that's where I'm at. I'm living in my awareness. So, yeah, I'm going through the works too, fam. I got everything being hit in my chart every way. My fucking stomach hurts. For real, dog. Now, let's get through these transits real fast because we're almost done. Chiron is retrograde at 19 degrees of Aries. So Chiron is going to sit here at 19 degrees of Aries for a couple of months. So wherever you have 19 degrees of Aries in your chart, this is another focal point for me. This is in my 7th house. Now, I don't have anything really necessarily there except my part of fortune, which is there in a sextile, because my part of fortune is at 20 degrees of Gemini. But other than that, you know, this is just really, well, my descendant is 16 degrees of Aries. So it's close to my descendant. It's opposite my ascendant. But this is just about accountability. Awareness that we had when Chiron was direct allows for accountability. Now, when we come out of this retrograde, that allows for action. So right now, you got to hold yourself accountable. You're aware of what's going on. You got to hold yourself accountable. That brings the ability to take action towards healing. It's that simple. Aries is always straight up. I ain't got to give a whole bunch of motherfucking oxymorons and all that other shit. I'm just going to give it to you like you're supposed to take it. So take this shit. Now, the black moon Lilith is also now at 22 degrees of Leo. So here we are at that 22nd degree again. So here you are letting your ego get the best of you again. There you are projected. Now, in the highest form, this is where you right here are your proudest. See, my son, my baby son, I was telling y'all about his football practice. He went to practice again yesterday. I was bragging. He went to practice again yesterday and won camper of the day at football camp again yesterday. Out there throwing dimes, out there playing the game he's supposed to play for real. You understand? Showing these Narnian boys that he come from Texas. But nah, for real though. That's awesome. Congratulations, Rebecca Towns. But yeah, like my son happens to have Jupiter in Leo around there. And that happens to be his brother's, his other brother's son. But let me tell you, bro, like having his Jupiter there, like you just see him like he has just been like showing out and like he's genuinely feeling himself. So him being a child, it's actually natural for him to channel his Lilith. That's why you have badass kids, to be honest with y'all. Because as a kid, there's nothing holding back that Lilith. There's nothing that's keeping that from being free and expressing itself. That's why you have to learn how to deal with it and express it, because you know that might be a way that you kind of acted in your shadow aspects when you're in your immature or unevolved state. That's what they would say about Lilith. But accepting your Lilith and accepting those parts of your character that you know you might not be so comfortable with also frees you in that expression. So as a child, they naturally accept all parts of themselves because they're just living and they don't give a damn. And so you can see that Lilith play out. So my son, I just saw that ego, that for him, that confidence and that machismo of that hitting his Jupiter. Like, hey, you know what? I'm out here. I'm bigger. I'm badder than all of these motherfucking kids out here. They ain't fucking with me on this football field. And he went out there every day of this football camp and just exuded that over and over and over again. He just let them hang every time. And I understand now what's going on with that. But also understand there's a negative expression of this. This is the Black Moon Lilith. People can be doing too much. People can be taking shit too far. People could be exaggerated. People could be lazy too, or complacent. Like, just think about that. We have Venus coming back retrograde within the next week or two. Or really it is already, but it's coming into a strong now. Because it's 5 degrees now, I would say when it gets under 5 degrees, because it's moving so slow, that's when we'll be in that strong conjunction with the Black Moon Lilith. And that's where we're going to start seeing a lot more drama come out in our relationships. That's where we're going to see a lot more of that stuff get blown out of proportion. That's what you're going to start seeing. We have this Venus retrograde coming into a conjunction in a retrograde motion with the Black Moon Lilith. And they're meeting in the middle. And so that right there, that is going to be a powder keg for certain people's relationships if they're not putting their heart into the right things. Hold on. I'm about to yell, y'all. Give me a second. Hey, y'all better not be fighting. That's the way dads parent. All I do is yell through the door. And I'm a great dad. That's all dads do. Hey! Y'all better not be fighting. And if they are fighting, I probably ain't gonna go do nothing but instigate. if their mom was there, I ain't gonna do it. But as a dad, and as the person I am, if they are fighting, I probably ain't gonna do that, but go in there and say, I know you ain't let him whoop you like that, bro. But yeah. Gotta love dads. Now, the nodes are sitting at 28 degrees of Aries and Libra, man. So we're off that 29th degree. We're really into this Aries Libra axis now. We're off that 29th degree, and that shit was crucial as soon as it hit, but now we're really into this shit. And we're gonna be into it for the next whole 18 months. So, you have to be assertive. More than anything else, this is about being assertive, being straight up, and wherever this is hidden, you got to do that. You can't sugarcoat shit. You can't be indecisive. No. You can be naturally objective. You can be completely obstinate. You can stay pleasant, but in staying pleasant, those are the traits that are natural to Libra. It's there already. That doesn't mean you can't be assertive at the same time. You can be pleasantly assertive. You don't have to kiss nobody's ass. You can be straight up in your relationships. You ain't got to sugarcoat shit. That would really help out a lot when people would just tell the fucking truth right off the rip. Nah, motherfucker, don't spare my feelings. Tell me the truth. I don't think y'all hear me, though. If you hear and you haven't hit the like button before I knock all this shit over. That's Aries energy, too. Now, as far as the numerology of the day goes, we are in a 6th vibration. And being in a 6 vibration, what that ultimately means is this is a stay-at-home energy. I know it's Friday and people want to get out and show out, and I know we got the sun and Leo. Hey, but really, what I would do is chill. Just chill. And take care of yourself. You know, nurturing is not always just about other people. Nurture yourself, because we do have, in this being, a 6 vibration for the day. I would also say it's the 28th. That means we're in a 1 vibration in a way too. There is a 1 connotation to this 6 vibration. So nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. And we have the sun in Leo, the moon is Sagittarius, and there's no better energy to do that. And if that does mean getting out, make sure you're doing that in a safe way and you don't do too much or blow things out of proportion, because that's easy with this energy also. Chill, be cool, do a little kickback. See, a lot of y'all motherfuckers these days don't know nothing about no kickback. You know, I never thought I would be a part of that crowd, but see, in certain cities, they have what's called grown and sexy clubs. It's where there ain't a lot of that bullshit and riffraff. You know, what it is, you know, you go out and you have a good time as grown folks, and it's already understood that we gonna keep it classy. And that right there keeps a lot of that stuff out of the mix, so that extra shit. I know a lot of y'all are young and y'all like to keep it, you know what I'm saying, lit and all that shit, but come on now. The times don't agree with that. I don't think y'all hear me though. So that's all I gotta say about the transits. It was my pleasure bringing that to you. What we're gonna do now, within the next 2.5 minutes, is get into the priceless top 5 most positive aspects in astrology. But before I do that, not only do I need y'all to understand a few things first, but I'm also gonna need about a 1-minute bathroom break. And if you log out while I go to the bathroom, you ain't shit. Fuck you. And I mean, this Sagittarius, I mean that shit. The moon is in Sagittarius. I'm saying what I feel. Fuck it. But nah. All bullshit to the side, man. As I get into this priceless top 5, understand this is my professional opinion. And when we get done, we'll actually have the opportunity to discuss it for a little bit. We really will. But there's a whole bunch of positive aspects. There are so many aspects that can mean amazing things. These are just some of the most positive ones that I have seen play out personally. Now, the good thing for all of us is I am a professional. You know, one of the highest order. I don't think you hear me though. Now, while I go to the bathroom for 1 minute, I need everybody to share this video. I asked you to do it before. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the motherfucking like button. I need you to share the video. I need you to get your personal opinion out of the way, because once I get started, I don't want to get it interrupted until I get done. All right? And remember, I am trying to hit my YouTube quota for this month so I can get paid from YouTube this month. So I do definitely need some super chats, some super sticker, and super stanks. And I ain't begging, because I'm really giving y'all something that's priceless. The least you can do is value my presence in return. Hit that motherfucking CashApp or something for real one of these times. You understand? Now, understand this right here. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to bring you the best anyway. But, I think we finna get into the priceless top 5. Give me 1 minute. Go share this. So, I think it's about that time for you to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. Just one time. Because we're about to get into the Priceless. Top 5 most positive aspects in a natal chart. So these are not Synastry aspects. And you can ask me about Synastry, about these aspects later on. These are going to be specifically natal placements. And also probably in progress charts also. But, you know, a lot of people don't pay attention to the aspects that are going on in their progressions. They just pay attention to the progressive placements. So that's another realm of understanding that I do want people to really get into, is if you're going to look at your progress chart, look at the aspects that are going on for you in your progressions also, because those are going to be prominent things that are playing out in your life in that present moment. So now will be the time to put some flame to that motherfucker if you fuck around. And if you don't let me encourage you. So, this right here is the Priceless. Top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart, according to the Priceless one himself. So, before we get into the actual top 5, I do have an honorable mention. Okay. And the honorable mention for the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart is let me fix my hat. Hold on. Saturn sextile to the midheaven. See, people with Saturn sextile to their midheaven are patient. They're self-disciplined. They're determined. They're open to advice, but they're also adverse to risk. So they usually are the type of people who are able to keep their own counsel, and that's the best way for them to operate. And ultimately, no matter what's going on with other stuff, these are people who are extremely responsible, and they have a lot of integrity. So other people want to see them win. Yeah. Saturn to the midheaven in a conjunction, it can make people work too hard. Saturn in a trine, hey, that's fine. But that sextile is workable. And Saturn always wants to be workable. It can't be too easy. See, that's why the sextiles, in my opinion, work best with Saturn. Even though trines are the most positive aspects, and I want y'all to understand that about aspects in astrology. Conjunctions are more neutral. Even oppositions are more neutral than they are harsh. But, see, when you're dealing with the conjunction, what you're getting is a new energy. You're getting a combination of those two energies making something else out of that. What you get with an opposition is something that the two energies that have represent a polarity. So a lot of the times opposites attract. A lot of the times if you can work that opposition, it works out great for you. But other times there's a tension of you being caught up on one side or the other. Now, trines are the best case scenario because that is a natural flowing of energy. That's a natural understanding. As I've explained to y'all before, a trine is like you and your best friend or you and your favorite cousin, and y'all just chilling. And y'all already know how each other operate. Y'all always get along. Y'all don't never get tired of each other. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, man, when we get together, it's going down. It's up. Matter of fact, that's crazy that back in the day, we say it was going down, but now they say, hey, bro, it's up. So I have to find a balance between those two now. But yeah, man, that shit right there, like that trine is just now that sextile, it's like you and somebody you ain't got no problem with. They ain't your best friend. They ain't somebody that you always kick it with, but Y'all have certain things in common. And y'all don't have a problem with each other, so y'all can work. Y'all can get a lot of work done. There's nothing in the way of y'all working hard together. So y'all ain't gonna, and even if y'all don't work together, y'all ain't gonna have a problem with each other. So there's the sextile. Now, the square is the worst case scenario. This is, hey man, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, I don't want to fuck with you, and you better not try fucking with me. So we got a conflict. But through going through that conflict, you come to an understanding. And coming to that understanding actually makes that start to work out more like a sextile or a trine, because that understanding, like there's some respect. Now, and in conjunction, or let's just say a quincunx, that's gonna be about, in essence, about two energies that have nothing in common. They're not similar in modality. They're not similar in energetic expression, meaning that one is masculine, the other one is feminine. They're not similar in element, and so they really have nothing in common. And so, more than there's a problem, it's just an unfamiliarity. So you have to try a whole bunch of different stuff to see what's gonna make that energy work out in its best way. So it might take some time to get some way to work with it. And so it just with the quincunx or with that in conjunction is like it is a negative aspect, but it's also more of a growth aspect, because in essence, over time, like some people can learn to work through differences, because the problem is the differences. It's not the problem. It's not a conflict. It's differences. That's the thing with those. Now, you have those more subtle things like sesquadrates and semi-squares and semi-sextiles that kind of speak for themselves. And then you have, of course, biquintiles and all that stuff. And then you have the declinations. And the declinations are parallels and contraparallels. And parallels are going to be, really kind of like conjunctions in a way, but they're energies and then contraparallels are kind of like oppositions in a way, but it's really about taking aspects or certain things in your chart and reorganizing ways of making them work for you. So it's a whole different beautiful understanding in itself. Now, I think it's time to get into the actual priceless top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart. All right. Does anybody want to guess what number 5 is? I will give 3 people a chance to guess what number 5 is, and I'm not going to. But if any of y'all guess what number 5 is before I say what number 5 is, I will give you a free natal chart reading. But y'all, only 3 of y'all, the first 3. You can't just say something with Jupiter. Paul Franklin, you have to be specific. Seeing that this is the most positive aspects, saying something with Jupiter probably puts you in a great positive place. You hear me? Jupiter on the ascendant, no. Jupiter sextile the sun, no. Jupiter conjunct ascendant. That's the same as he said. I'll give one more guess. Oh, that's that 5. Okay. Nope, nobody got it. So, number 5. Number 5 on the list of the priceless top 5 most positive aspects in a natal chart is Mars trine Jupiter. See, I was kind of speaking about Mars trine Jupiter because we have Mars trine to Jupiter right now. So if somebody was born today, they are born with Mars trine to Jupiter. So they are blessed, because guess what? They're the type of people whose energy naturally flows towards their goals. They're unstoppable. Matter of fact, they enjoy competing just for the sake of contest. They enjoy somebody or something trying to stop them from getting to their goals, because that's when their energy is the strongest, is when they're being opposed. Oh, yes. Mars trying to Jupiter is some bad, bad juju, man. And I mean that in a good way. Like, for real. These are people whose energy naturally flows towards their goals. These are people who are always up for a challenge. Matter of fact, they enjoy it. That's when they're at their best. And that's the reason that Mars trying to Jupiter is number 5. Numero 5. On the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart. Now, I'm going to give 2 of y'all an opportunity to guess what number 4 is. And if you guess what number 4 is, I will give you half price on a natal chart interpretation. And this is an aspect. So these are the most positive aspects. So you have the first 2 of y'all. If the first 2 of you don't guess, I'm going to give my info on the placement. So number 2. If you ain't got it right, we moving on to the next person, and we have to see what it do. So what's the number 4? Moon trine Jupiter, Neptune trine Jupiter, absolutely not. Y'all both lost. You just fucked it up for everybody. I love you. Number 4 on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart. Number 4 is Mercury sextile to Uranus. Oh, why? Because that right there will make somebody ingenious. See, these are people who get lightning flashes of insight. Oh yeah. This is pinpoint intuition. And it's not gonna drive them crazy like a trine might. A trine is there, it's coming all the time and you can't stop it. A sextile is more subtle. You can experience the thoughts as they come and you have time to work with them. Whereas a trine is like, this shit is coming so electrically, I might lose my mind. That doesn't mean that the trine ain't awesome. No, the trine is fucking brilliant. But this is where you can allow your ingenious to be employed. That's what I've seen play out in a lot of stuff. These people get these insights, these ideas, and it gives them a chance right here with Mercury and that sextile to Uranus for them to really put it into play. And they also have pinpoint intuition, but it's not, startling premonition. It's subtle realization. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. For real. And let me also say, if I was talking about synastry, and I usually don't want to go into this, but I would say if I was talking about synastry, like when you have people who have, even Mercury sextile or trine with Mercury, but when you have Mercury sextile to Uranus or trine to Uranus with somebody in synastry, this is where people have a natural understanding of each other. You really ain't got to say nothing. Telepathic telekinesis. Yeah. So yeah, man. All of the above is why Mercury sextile to Uranus is number 4 on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects to see in a natal chart. And before I go any further, if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button for me. And understand, in doing so, this is not about ego. No. This is about algorithm, baby. This just helps us expand the platform, baby. That way, if you're not trying to hear what we're trying to say, at least let us get out to the next motherfucker who is. And if you here and you ain't never been here before, you done clicked on some trill shit this time. Yeah. You are now a part of the Priceless family. Welcome to the motherfucking Vibe Tribe. Now, number 3. I'm going to give 3 of y'all, the first 3 people, a chance to guess what number 3 is on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects. If any of y'all in the 3 guess what this is, you will get a free natal chart interpretation. You just have to send me an email, tell me you won. I will remember you, tell me that your name was here, and then we'll get it going. All right? And that's a free hour and a half, almost 2-hour audio recording of me breaking down your chart. So, y'all have 3 chances to guess what number 3 is of the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in a natal chart. Nick, no. You slick, Nick, but it's not number 3. That bitch jamming, ain't it? I'm gonna turn this up while I give you more of y'all some chance to guess. You got 2 more chances, y'all. 2 more people. Is it a sex style? No. I'll give you that. Venus trine Jupiter. Nope. Even though that is one of the luckiest aspects in all of astrology, that is not on the list. That is the luckiest aspect, Venus trine Jupiter. It's not the most positive, but it's one of the luckiest. People can do too much. You can overindulge with Venus trine Jupiter. You got 1 more. You got 1 more chance, baby. We got to move on to it. Somebody make a guess. What you is, scared? Scared money don't make no money. Just vibe. Stop asking questions and answer. Mercury conjunct Venus. No, you are absolutely wrong. So, let me turn it down. Y'all don't want nothing for free today. Number 3. Number 3 on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in a natal chart. Sun trine to Pluto. Let me tell you about Sun trine to Pluto, because I have my Sun trine to Pluto. See, this is about vitality. See, with the Sun trine to Pluto, you're powerful, you're transformative, and you are not only genuinely healing to yourself, you are a genuine healer in your own expressions. Oh, yeah. Sun trine to Pluto means your ego doesn't get in the way of the transformations you need to make. You just get more powerful. Shit happens to you. You take experiences, you harvest that shit away, and that shit becomes an asset. That's what happens with me. I go through some shit and I just come out on the other side of it somebody else. and like your vitality's off the chart. Like for me, like I've been going through it, but I always feel myself healing. I always feel myself, and every day I ask myself, like, I'm able to ask myself, like, bro, are you fucking dying? I can easily, like, bro, no, you strong. Like, you still, like, you know, barring any unforeseen incidents, at the moment, you still strong, bro. You get what I mean? And so there's a certain awareness of your presence that allows you to take life in stride. And these people with Sun trine to Pluto, they're the type of people who, you know, it's not that nothing gets them down, it's nothing keeps them down. That's the truth. It's not about what gets you down, because everybody gets down. It's the fact of the matter is what's gonna keep you down. Ezekiel Torres, what's up, fam? Alex Mosco, welcome. Yeah. So all of that right there is the reason that Sun trine to Pluto is number 3 on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart. Now, let's get to number 2. And before I get into number 2, I'm going to give 2 of y'all a chance to guess number 2. But because we're on number 2, you only you get half price. So if any of the first 2 people guess what number 2 is on the list, I will give you a half price on any of my services. It doesn't matter what of my services you pick. Whether it be a natal chart interpretation, whether it be a Pluto reading, a Synastry reading, whether it be a consultation session, whatever it is. Moon trine to Mars, no. So one of y'all already fucked it up. Nick is quick though. Nick actually has hit the jackpot in his own. Nope, Paul Franklin, but it is a conjunction, and it is with Jupiter. And some of y'all were close with these earlier. So number 2 on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in a natal chart is going to be Venus conjunct to Jupiter. And even though the trine is fine and the sextile is cool, understand I'm talking about positivity. I'm not talking about luck. Like, this is natural positivity. This is inherent positivity with Venus conjunct to Jupiter. Other people sense it, feel it. Sometimes there's too much positivity. Like, you got to temper those expectations. Everything don't go like that. Venus conjunct to Jupiter is that positivity that you need. And even in Capricorn, it's practical positivity. Virgo is decisive positivity. Let me say, with Leo, it's deep confidence. And with Venus conjunct to Jupiter, I've seen that those people can be a walking occasion. What I mean is hey, it seems like parties, occasions, you know, shindigs seem to sprout out of nowhere when they step on the scene. They have that type of presence. Other people are attracted to it. It's like, goddamn, when they walk into a room, they are those people that light up that room. They are those people that when they walk in, the whole energy changes in a positive way. Like, oh shit. Like, you ever had that cousin or that friend when you see them, it's like, oh shit. There go my boy. Like, when they come in, like, and everybody feels it. It's not just you. Like, man, now it's going down. Now it's we finna kick it. And there's people that have that. And there's a certain positive energy that can really, really change the whole energetic expression of an occasion. And so when you see that right there is naturally going to be people who have Venus conjunct to Jupiter. That's inherent positivity that expands outwardly and they don't know how to stop. For real. That's a walking occasion. What you questioning, reflection? I don't want your reflection to be a projection that's taking up my space. Yeah. But we in that shit. I've actually done one on luck, but we could go again one time. What's up, J.O.? So, that brings us to number 1. Numero uno on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart. And if you're here, you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button for me before I knock all this shit over, or I get mad and go home. I'm a Cancer and I have Leo placements. I will do that shit. My moon is in the 5th house. I will throw a temper tantrum. I am prone. I ain't above it. Best believe. And I got Mars in Capricorn in the 4th house, so I tend to get most angry in the home. Something about these walls pisses me off. I'm a soldier. I feel confined. Now, I'll play into the side. Before we get into number 1, I'm going to give y'all 5 chances. Since we're to number 1, I'm going to give 5 people a chance to guess what number 1 is. What's up, Royce Alexander Cunningham? And if you guess what number 1 is, if any of the first 5 people guess what number 1 is, I will give you a free natal chart interpretation, an audio natal chart interpretation. If you've already got one from me, you can get it as a gift for somebody else. But I will give you a free natal chart interpretation if you guess this right. So we're gonna take, and we have to do it within 5 minutes. We're about, and no, 2 minutes, because we got to get going with this list. Some people don't want to sit through that. So you have 5 chances, and if y'all get it, one of y'all gets it, then we got it. This is number 1 on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in the natal chart, according to the consummate professional, the Priceless one himself. Paul Franklin gives up. I'm gonna let that not be an answer. Yeah, well, we're gonna play something else. Let's go. Moon trine Venus, nope. Don't waste my time. Sun sextile out of Mars, no. What's that, 2 or 3? That's 3. No, that's 2. These are aspects. Don't waste my time. Better not waste my motherfucking time. Sun trine Neptune. Nope. Sun conjunct Jupiter. Nope. One more. We got one more chance. Venus conjunct Neptune. You fucked it up for everybody, Royce Alexander Cunningham. Hey, you got one of the best names in the history of the world, though. Your name sound like you got some money. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never heard of no broke motherfucker named Royce Alexander Cunningham. You understand? Hell nah. Hell nah. You sound like your name comes with a butler. That boy Royce Alexander Cunningham. Yeah. I tell you what, the way you just fucked it up for everybody, they should. Now, y'all ready to get to number one? This is beautiful right here. This is a whole different vibration. Number one on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects in your natal chart is actually one that Nick said earlier. He just said it too early. That's why I said, Nick, you slick. But the most positive aspect to have in a natal chart is always going to be the sun trine to the moon. That's something that's fundamental. There's no external factors that matter with that. See, that's a strong sense of purpose. That's people that's comfortable in their own skin. That's where the emotions and the will are at peace with each other. I have my sun trine to my moon. Like having your sun trine to your moon makes you an incredibly well-adjusted individual. And that's one of the best things you can have in the world. It's not what you can get externally or what you can deal with materially or all that other shit. It's being at peace with yourself. And having your sun trine to your moon makes a person naturally at peace with themselves. See, like I'm cool. I'm cool. A lot of stuff that's fucked up a lot of people in life hasn't really, you know, because I take it in the stride. Now, right now, I've been going through a thing because Saturn has come into that trine with my sun into my moon, which is interesting. Saturn is also trine with my sun and my moon and Pluto and all of that. So now that fear is in the mix, and I've never dealt with that. That's why my life is so unsteady right now, is because once Saturn came into the mix, it's like I've never had that. I've never had fear because I've always been so comfortable in my life, even when I've had pain. Pluto's there. Even when I've faced destruction, I wasn't worried about that. But now fear is here, and I've never experienced fear. But having your sun trine to your moon makes you at peace with who you are. It means your emotions and your will don't have no problem expressing themselves because they operate in the same manner. For me, this is water. My sun, my moon, and Pluto form a grand water trine for me that allows me to make changes and adjust to things in life and get more powerful and just keep going and doing what I got to do because my emotions are so in tune. Like, my problem is my mind. My emotions are so fucking in tune that it amazes people. Like, I know some of y'all, you know, have sensed it here with us, but it's my mind that gets in the way of that sometimes. And I have to remind myself of other things. So, more than the material benefit or the energetic expression or the status, you know, the status that comes from the honorable mention of Saturn sextile to midheaven, the respect, the integrity, and the ultimate way that you can realize ambition with that one is what makes that one stick out. And with Mars trying to Jupiter, it's that ambition and that will and that fight and that bravery and that fire. While Mercury sextile to Uranus is something that's it's a mental expression. It's where that mind is open and it's interpretive and it's intuitive and it's adaptable and it's workable. Where with the sun trine to Pluto is healing and powerful and transformative. With Venus conjunct to Jupiter is positive and it's confident, it's joyous, it's lucky, it's indulgent, it's fun, it's just everything that you need to give yourself the inspiration to keep going. But see, the sun trine to the moon is something that is fundamental. That's why it's number 1 on the list of the Priceless top 5 most positive aspects to see in a natal chart. And this has been my pleasure to bring to y'all, man. So, with that being said, if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Beyond that, I need everybody to, you know, join me in the chat. If you have anything that you want to discuss, if you have some positive aspects that you've experienced that I didn't mention, if you want to try to convince me to take something off the list and put it on another list, because eventually I'm going to start recording these in a different form. These ones that we're discussing here, I'm going to take them and then I'm going to make them in a concrete form where it's just top 5, and I'm going to drop a quick video on them, you know, a pre-recorded video on them, so that we have content that people can see that didn't catch the live, because I don't always leave the lives up. Because sometimes some of the samples I use in some of my beats and some of those things do get copyright hit. And so once that happens, I'm like, oh, you know what? I got to take it down. And so I don't trip about it, because in the live, it's cool. But beyond that, I'm not. And I also want to be here, be at service for y'all. And like I said, I have a quota that I need to meet on here on YouTube, as far as in order for me to get paid on YouTube for this month. So, you know, I'm here until I can hit that quota, you know, and if I got to sit here for a while, I'm going to sit here for a while. But the fact of the matter is, you know, I got a family to feed, and, you know, this is what I do professionally. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do what I got to do. But even if there is nothing that comes from it monetarily, spiritually, I'm in an excellent place today, and I want to be able to help nurture and bring my gift to y'all in the way that I bring it to y'all regardless. So we're going to be here at least for another 30 minutes or so. I do have to go after that. So I said I'll sit here as long as I take, but 30 minutes is as long as it takes for me. So let's make it count, man. I'm here to answer any questions you have about your chart while you're here also. But just remember, there's only one of me, and at any time, there's anywhere between 20 to 50 of y'all here. 50 being the most usually, and 20 being, you know, where it's down to the bare, or really like 15 or 16 down to the bare minimum. But I can only answer what I can answer. If I missed your question, I didn't skip you or ignore you. I just missed you. So just ask it again, or hit the super chat or the super sticker, the super thanks, and I'll never miss your question. But either way, I'm here regardless, and I never do anything intentional but bring the love that I can for you. All right? And I'm also gonna post my Cash App, because if y'all rather fuck with that, that's awesome too, because YouTube does take 40% of everything that they give me. Yeah. What is the meaning of Chiron and Cancer in the 6th house? There's times where you know, with Chiron and Cancer in the 6th house, where you might have felt like you weren't taken care of where you were younger, or you didn't receive the nurturing and the care that you felt like you should have got, which, you know, that could have health issues, that especially with your family being involved with that. That could mean that, you know, you have health stuff because you just didn't receive the proper health care or the proper nourishment that you need when you were little. And so later on in life, you kind of become a proponent for health and taking care of people. And, you know, that's something that through learning lessons about that and through getting over that stuff and realizing that with your family, that you kind of just, you start to be somebody who wants to take care of yourself and help other people learn how to take care of themselves, because you didn't receive the nurturing externally that you needed per se. So that's what it would be like. So just learning to nurture and be of service is big, because you didn't really necessarily receive that, and that could play out in a whole bunch of different ways. Yeah. Reflection, you said, is having Mars opposite Jupiter a bad aspect? No. You just overplay your hand. You take it too far. You don't know how to stop. You just keep going. Like, you always go for double or nothing until you end up losing. You don't know how to say enough is enough, my G. That's the issue. Gotta sit your goofy ass down somewhere, boy. And I say that with all respect and love. You know that. Hey, you know what I was thinking about earlier? I ain't even gonna ask. Never mind. We'll talk about it a different time. We'll talk about it a different time. That bit right there jamming, man. This is a vibe. Does anybody else have any questions? Come on with the questions, man. Can I do my top 5 strongest leadership placements? Yes, I will in the future. What would Moon trine Venus be on the list? You have this aspect. Or would Moon trine? Yes, Moon trine Venus would be one of the honorable mentions on that list, most definitely. See, Moon trine Venus, you know, you're at peace with yourself, so it makes other people want to be in your presence, and it puts them at peace. Like, that's the thing with Moon trine Venus is... Royce Alexander Cunningham. You said, how do I take a love for something like my spiritual gift like this and turn it into something that will profit for me? Spirit tells you to do so. I was managing a bar in East Texas. And I was also living an incredibly toxic lifestyle that was wearing on my family and myself and my spirit. And so I just, you know, had a series of events that happened in a spiritual awakening that, like, was like, hey, this is what you're supposed to, and I was told specifically, this is what you're supposed to do. And so I for once in my life, I really didn't feel like I had any other choice. I've never experienced something that was like that. It's crazy. Gabrielle Williams, I appreciate the love on CashApp. Yeah, I said your government name. I appreciate the love. Jesus. What would Moon trine Mars mean? Moon trine Mars makes you brave, makes you up for, you know, having Moon trine Mars means you stand up for how you feel. You feel any type of way about anything. Like, Moon trine to Mars means you know, if you feel some type of way, you're gonna stand behind that shit. And you, like, whatever your sense of right or wrong is, however you feel about a situation, like, you're willing to fight behind it. That's what Moon trine to Mars means. And it adds a certain passion to everything, even if it's Earth placements or air placement. Like, it adds a certain passionate expression to that. Hold on. Now, let me answer everybody else's question. Paul Franklin, You said, is Mars conjunct Lilith positive? Hell no. It could be. I mean, you have to deal with it. But here, usually no. Mars conjunct to Lilith, you wild. You can get wild. You can trip the fuck out. Like Mars conjunct Lilith is like sometimes you get out of control. Like you do some shit that you can't even explain with Mars conjunct to Lilith. Like, man, you just act. You just like, and it's that innate part of yourself that you try to keep under control that you just all of a sudden it comes out. Like whatever your Lilith is, like you could be doing, like, for instance, if you have Lilith in the 5th house or something, or like something, like, man, you could have like all of a sudden you could be doing good in a relationship, and all of a sudden like you just cheat like a mother, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, oh, what the fuck? Or you could just fucking, you know, just do some shit, like all of a sudden throw a fit or punch somebody in the face. Yeah. No, I told you that we had to get groceries. We told you not to go say nothing about that. Don't do that. No. We have to wait till we get some groceries. And that's probably maybe tonight or tomorrow. But no, man, we can't bring a little white boy over here without no groceries. Sorry, Saturn in the 2nd house talk. My son, he's an Aquarius. He wants his little Gemini homeboy to come stay the night that lives downstairs. But I don't want them people knowing what we do in our house. One. And two, like, we ain't went grocery shop. Like, we ain't got nothing in there. Like, we can, and we didn't tell him. We told him he could stay the night this weekend probably, but we didn't tell him to go tell the little boy tonight. And so he didn't. In true air sign fashion, like, he done went down there talking about it. Like, man, you don't have to go down there talking to that little boy. I've been trying to avoid that little boy staying the night over here for 2-3 months. Because he stayed the night at their house. So now, if we don't let him stay the night over here, we acting funny. It's a fucking pressure. This is some bullshit. Ebony, you said I mentioned that Sun trine to Pluto is healing. You said you have that. Oh, let me answer everybody else's stuff. Hold up. I got you. Hold on. I don't want to skip anybody. Nick, you said how to use a 12th house stellium positively. Get in touch with your spiritual and your divine purpose. That's how you use a 12th house stellium positively. Gabby, you said, what does Moon conjunct Saturn mean in the 6th house? You better get your habits in order. Like, you got to get your health. In order for you to have health, nice health, you have to manage stress well. You have to get your habits in order, and you have to, take care of your day-to-day stuff no matter what happens with you emotionally, and just, stay on task with your daily habits and keep yourself, in a positive mindset no matter what happens. That way, you don't get too stressed, or you don't overwork yourself, or you don't overdo things, because once you do that, you're just going to create health issues for yourself because you're so sensitive to everything. Your stomach is sensitive. Your nervous system is sensitive. Everything is so sensitive with the moon in the 6th house. And then when Saturn comes there, if stress becomes involved or strain, or when, you have that already going on in your chart, you're the type of person, if you get stressed out, like, you have a physical reaction to your body getting stressed out. So you have to find some type of way to manage your habits, manage your stress, and get yourself in some type of the operating state. And once you do that, you're awesome, really awesome. But beyond that, it's really hard. Now, reflection, you said, what does it mean to have Moon sextile to Mars and Mars sextile to Venus? Made you a nasty little boy. No. What it really means fundamentally, and I like to use the word fundamentally, what that really means, having your Moon sextile to Mars, once again, is like first of all, you are passionate, but you don't let your emotions don't control you. You're not going to get out of control with it, but you're brave and you're willing to stand up for and fight for whatever you see is right. And you know, you also are the type of person that, you know, if you feel strongly about something, then you're willing to act on it. But other than that, you're not gonna ever let your emotions get in the way of you operating efficiently either. Okay, so that sextile helps out a little bit more, where it's not overwhelming like the trine. Hold up, I need to get just a drink of water. And then what else is there? What else could I say? That's it about that one. Oh, let me answer Ebony's question. You said I mentioned that the sun is trying to Pluto is healing, and you have that. You said, is it healing for yourself or other people? And you said you have your sun in Pisces North Node, and in your fourth Cancer sun. I mean, it's yourself and other people. I said you are a genuine healing individual, and you are a genuine healer, because you go through so many stuff that your experiences can help other people, you know, really heal themselves also through whatever it is, inspiration or creative, whatever there is that comes from that. Now, Uranus trying to the ascendant. You're just different, and you don't have to blend in with everybody else. You're willing to go your own way, and that's brilliant in its own self. And you know, you have this energy about you that's just it sticks out, and it's not something that's offensive to anybody. You have your presence that in its own way just really is energy inducing to other people, so they like to be around you in that way, with Uranus trying to your ascendant. And Air Lair ain't been here in a long time. Ain't no telling where Air Lair is. Air Lair probably changed his name to some other shit and be creeping in another way. Until he exposes himself, I'm calling him a weirdo. Air Lair, if you there, you a fucking weirdo. I love you, bro. I fucking miss you, dog. Anyway. Yeah, see how quick I get over that? That's how quick I'll get over you. Stop fucking with me. Yeah. You tuned in with the right one. We got 15, maybe 15 more minutes at the most, and then we done. And I'm gonna try to make this video tonight. If not, I'm gonna make the video tomorrow morning about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You know, just a quick little 2, 3, 4 minute video. I'll make it, I'll post it, and, you know, just tell what I see astrologically about them, because that's something that I think is gonna be really cool to see. If you are fans of boxing whatsoever, you know anything about boxing, you like boxing, this is a fight you want to see. If it doesn't matter if you're stealing it, whatever you're doing, you need to make sure you see this fight. Yeah. You said, isn't it having a first house stellium in Capricorn conflicting? No, not necessarily. I mean, there's certain planets that don't do well in Capricorn in general, but having a first house stellium in Capricorn is not going to be a bad thing. It depends on who you are and what you go through. Just makes you a responsible person. It doesn't make life very fun for you till later on in life, but I mean, hey, you have to learn how to loosen up. Now, Ebony, you said third house Gemini Mercury square Pisces Mars on the ascendant. Well, you be all over the place, and you be all over the place, and you be all over the place. I mean, that's basically what that means. Anytime you see that Gemini and Pisces shit, like, it's fun in its own way, it's creative in its own way, but you be all over the fucking place. Like, you be all over the place. You're very creative, you're very communicative, you're very cool, you're very fun, but you all over the fucking place, man. Clever. Awesome. Like, but you all over the place. Your energy's all over the place. Yeah. You got the skills to pay the bills, but your energy's scattered. But y'all don't love me though. I've been in rare form today. But y'all don't appreciate nothing with your goofy ass. Let me see what else we got. J.O., you said North Node in Gemini conjunct the Sun. I mean, really, you're here for a multitude. Like you have to communicate. You have to learn. That's what a lot of your thing is about, and being comfortable and confident. You know, in making connections with your environment and communicating and learning and just being open to a variation of experiences. That's what the North Node in Gemini being conjunct to that Sun is going to be about. Like you're so talented, you have a multitude of skills, you have a multitude of ways that your life can play out. So you just have to be open to learning different stuff. And you know, the thing is with Sagittarius, you could get a little too wise for your own self to where like you get stuck up in principles where you don't need to worry about with the Sun in Gemini and the North Node in Gemini. Like don't worry about what's right or what's wrong. Learn about what's fun to you and what you can do for your, you know, for your with your environment, basically. Not for your environment, but with your environment. That's the thing with that. Now, Lilith trying to the ascendant in the first house. It just means that you do have some stuff that, you know, in some parts of yourself that are a little wild. You have some things that you might need to work on, but they're not in the way of you operating efficiently in your life, or you taking, you know, you being you. It's that, like, it doesn't control. It's not a big part of you. It's just a natural part of your character that doesn't control who you are. Your Lilith with that trine. Now you can go there and it's there, but it's not something that controls you. That's just what that trine means. It's natural. And so that trine is not going to get in the way of stuff in your life. It's not going to be a big problem for you. That trine just means your Lilith is naturally kind of integrated for you. It's naturally integrated. It's not bursted out of you like it would be with the conjunction either. Meaning of Venus in Taurus in the 9th house. Meaning of Venus in Taurus in the 9th house. It means you a gold digger and you ain't no friend of mine. That's what it means. You always looking over the hills and far away and you trying to see who got the biggest bag over the fence. But nah. Yeah, I mean, in so many words, you just kind of, you just kind of look at, yeah, that's what, you just kind of, you don't want nothing from your hometown, you don't want nothing broke, it has to be from somewhere else, and particularly foreign, exotic, and you like it like that. You out for an exotic experience, and most people can't afford that, so you have to look for somebody that can afford it, huh? Ain't that the truth? Yeah. It's like me being here right now. Y'all really can't afford me. I need about 3-4 more people hit that super chat so we can hit the quota this month. Oh, so let me answer everybody else's question. Reflection, you said Scorpio Mars square Aquarius Uranus. Sometimes you get too focused on shit and you get you want something so bad that you can't keep it, you can't be open-minded about anything else, you can't be adaptable, you can't see what's good for everybody else because you're too focused on what the fuck you want. With Scorpio Mars squared to Aquarius Uranus, like, the thing is, you're brilliant in knowing what's good for everybody else and incorporating where your place fits in with everybody else with Aquarius Uranus. But with the Scorpio Mars being squared to that, like, you also get focused on what you want sometimes to see that. Like, you too focus on, and also it's like sometimes you're getting too vindictive, or you're getting too, like, you have too much of an agenda, and you let your ulterior motives get in the way of what's really in your best nature and what's in the goodwill of everybody. That's what happens with that. Paul Franklin, you said Sagittarius Jupiter conjunct your midheaven in Sagittarius. Hey, you're lucky. Like, people believe in you. You believe in yourself. Like, and you're always willing to learn. So people are always willing to teach you. So you always have this luck of getting on the job training. So you can get a position, or you can get a promotion, and you'll learn on your way there. And people will want to help you learn. And you're just somebody who's just always blessed to keep getting, bigger platforms to operate on. Like, always. I appreciate the love, Reflection. Next time you say I'm the best astrologer, say it to my CashApp, nigga. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just giving you a hard time. Say it to that super chat, pump. I got Mars in Capricorn. Earlier, somebody said, how can you charge for your gifts? Because I got Mars in Capricorn. I'm the best. And I ain't charging nobody here. I'm just talking shit. I love y'all. Y'all know I ain't charging nobody here. But as far as charging for readings, that's what I do professionally. I'm a professional. I've spent years of developing this and bringing it to where I have that type of understanding where I can offer my services at a price. Yeah, you've been donating a lot of questions and insight. My homegirl says she been seeing you in other people's chats going too hard anyway. The eyes of Texas are upon you. You hear that? Hey, so we got about 9 minutes before we gone. Let's make it count. Ain't nobody conducting espionage. There's people fuck with me everywhere. I'm all over the multiverse. They say, check your homeboy, he might be up to something. Nah, for real, that's what they said. It's like, hey, check your homeboy, he might be up to something. And I said, let me go creep in the chat myself. So I put on my disguise. I came in there incognito like this. I slid in there like this. And I said, oh, there he is. If he's a fish, I'd have caught him. Where Astro Girl Quay at? Where the fuck is Quay at? I don't even see Quay. Is Quay in the chat? Oh. You said Capricorn stellium in the 5th house. Does that mean you won't have kids? It means you won't have kids till later on. Beats by Blessed Zone Out Music. I appreciate the love, my G. That's real shit right there. I need, you know, we really needed that real fast. We need about 2 more people to hit it like that, and then that would be real love. Now, let me get you. You said North Node in Leo, South Node in Aquarius. Well, my mom had North Node in Leo and South Node in Aquarius, so you have to learn how to be confident in yourself. Like, having your North Node in Leo means, like, hey, in this life, you got to make it about you. Like, you can't sit in the background. You can't be for the group all the time. Like, that's cool. That you're naturally like that. That's why you do that shit. Now, this life, you got to be more confident. You got to be willing to, hey, put the spotlight on yourself. You got to make your life about you. And you have to be confident in who you are and be genuine in your approach to do that. So this life is about building confidence in who you are and being willing to put that on expo. Nah, I ain't Urkel. I'm Sylvester the Cat. And you look like suffering succotash. Evan, you said Capricorn Neptune in trine with Lilith Virgo and sextile with Scorpio Pluto. You always want to profit. You always got ulterior motives, so that's why I sextile with your Scorpio Pluto. And with that trying to your Virgo Lilith, like you know, you willing to be of service. You work hard. All of that shit goes together, but you want to be paid for it. Like you are very skilled. You're very detail oriented, like to a T, and like you're very hard working, almost too hard working, and you know, and you're very brilliant in your way. But at the same time, you want to be paid for that. And so all of that shit works together to make you a mess. You be all over the place. '71 Cowboys, I wish you will also. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. I got this Denver Broncos hat on just because it matches. I'm a Cowboys fan to the core. Don't get it fucked up. I'll burn this hat off my motherfucking head. For the motherfucking Dallas Cowboys. But yeah, man. Hey, we finna go, y'all. I gotta go in about 4 minutes. I got family stuff I gotta attend to. Shout out to Texas all the way around. Yeah. Anybody else got any questions? Yeah, peace be with y'all in every way also. Y'all just pray for good health for me. That's what I need. Keep manifesting and praying for good health for me, man. That's what I need. Oh, here we go with the Funky Town shit. Hey, don't get put on mute with this Fort Worth shit. We don't need no trouble in here. Keep that shit on the south side and in Como and Stop 6 and keep that shit in the shelter over there. Like, we don't need none of that shit from Fort Worth, man. We don't need none of that. We go chill in White Settlement. Now, I got arrested in White Settlement one time. Went to jail in Benbrook. You get arrested in White Settlement, you're going to jail in Benbrook. That's the truth. They only got one person cells in there, about 3 of them. I got into a fist fight with my friend in the snow. We was drunk. And I just moved from East Texas. I came from Tyler, Texas before I came here to Narnia. Before I went through the wardrobe, I was in Tyler, motherfucking Texas, man. Working at the garage bar in Tyler, Texas. Fuck Tyler, Texas. I fucking hate Tyler, Texas. But I'm from West Texas, man. I'm originally from West Texas, man. From Abilene, Texas, man. From West Texas, man. Fuck Tyler, Texas. I'm just playing. Y'all don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Shout out to all the good people there in East Texas and all over the world. Shout out to Marshall, Texas and Caddo Lake, Texas. Shout out to Baltimore, Maryland and Boston, Massachusetts and shit. Hey, we finna go. I know we got plenty of people in here, but I gotta go, y'all. I appreciate your love and support. I will be back tomorrow. I'm not gonna come live tomorrow, but I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow on the astrology behind the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford Jr. The Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford fight tomorrow. And so I'll drop a few-minute video about that. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. This has been an awesome live. I appreciate your love and support. Hey, I need some business right now. Like, I need business desperately. So if any of y'all are interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, I'm willing to work some deals. You got to hit me up at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. You feel me? And I got love for everybody. I've been giving y'all a hard time. I appreciate all the love and support, man. And y'all keep it trill this weekend. And enjoy yourself. And be comfortable in who you are, man. I love you. We out.